Alright, hello everybody, this is the bus driver and I'm here to take you to school. We're back with the series wrap-up of our Colorado Avalanche GM mode. We got eliminated by the Arizona Coyotes, unfortunately. In the first round, that was very disappointing. We picked up Patrick Kane, hoping he could produce some points. He had 2 in the first game and everything kind of went downhill from there. There was 4 shutouts in 4 games by both teams. That was interesting. Okay, we'll do a scouting assignment, why not? Okay, there we go. Scouts them, because we're not going to be doing the scouting. That's for the next coach to do, or GM to do. And of course, our best player finally comes back. He would have made it probably in the end of the second round. So that would have been a little late, depending on who we would have played. We just did not play very good at all. Arizona Coyotes ended up winning the Stanley Cup, so there's no shame in the fact we lost the Stanley Cup winners. No shame whatsoever. So let's go do a quick wrap up here for the Stanley Cup. Let's see, player stats. So, in the NHL, let's see who had the most points here. Most points, 19 by Victor Rask. Jeff Skinner had 18. And then Trojanovic, Howden, Lindholm, interesting. Mitch Marner had a few. He was 88 overall. There you go. There's the points in the playoffs. Playoff tree. Arizona beat Nashville in 7. Then Arizona beat Edmonton in 6. And then they beat Carolina in 6. And actually, Vancouver lost to Anaheim. I never would have saw that coming. That's very interesting. It's too bad. We could have beat Nashville. Although I think they had a franchised goalie as well. In the East, Toronto went and took on Carolina and lost there. Interesting stuff. Next, I'm going to take a look here at... Let's see our team. So here's how our team's looking for the future. This is what the next GM's got to deal with. We've got, for goalies, Nedeljkovic there with Granlund as the backup. He's going to grow. He's a high elite. He'll be growing a little bit. Defensively, and actually, you know what? I don't think any of them need to be signed. Nedeljkovic has to be signed. Oh, he does have to be signed this year. So he'll be somewhere in the 7 mil range again. Probably might be able to get a little less than that. Maybe around 8 mil. For our defensemen, here's our defensive core. Ooh, and Bigris is back up to an 87. That even helps the team more. 92 though for Biekska, 90 for Haig, 90 for LaJoie. In the minors, well, and plus the other guys, we've got Vrakis, who you've got to re-sign. Walsh, you'd have to re-sign. He's 86 now, elite. Laura Kainen's in the future. Brule down there as well. So that's your future there, and you only have to sign Vrakis, it looks like, to keep your core all together, which is great. You do only have 4 mil in cap space this year, which does not help at all. That is not a lot, but yeah, Vrakis, you'd have to re-sign, in Walsh probably too. Who knows? You might have to give up Bigris or something to keep Vrakis. Is probably what you would do in this case. Yeah, he's making 4 mil. Okay, right wingers. We've got Patrick Kane there, who's going to be expiring. So that's another 5 mil gone we would have to take care of. In the system, though, no one really there. We do have Rankle. He would be your future. Not bad at all. Left wingers. Sorry, in the AHL or in the NHL, you've got Perron, who's your franchise. Kruger, who we just picked up. You will probably lose, maybe, unless you can afford him. Landy, who's starting to get a little older. Hey, thanks, babe. Other than that, let's see in the system here. No real prospects, maybe Lundmark. And finally, centers. Got McKinnon and Duchesne still. Duchesne's getting a little old. And in the system, you've got Brooks, who's an 86 now. He's your future there. Not bad. And that'll do it. That is your lines there and your future. And then let's see the awards that were given out, and then we're gonna go look over all of the teams and see how their lineups looked. Let's see. Stanley Cup went to Arizona. New York won the Presidents. Art Ross went to Tavares. Tavares got the Hart. The Norse went to Pilon. Johnny Gaudreau won the Lady Byng. Calder went to Gagne. Friesen got the Conn Smythe. Johnny Mara got the Vezina. Interesting. I thought Nelly Kovic might fight him for that. Same thing with the Jennings. Aonin Zabinajad won the Frank J. Selke again. Tavares won the Ted Lindsay. And Nazarov won the... Nazarov and Tavares actually split the Maurice Richard with their, what was it, 50, 48, something like that. And finally, let's look at all the teams. What's the best way to look at all of their lineups? Unfortunately, the Xbox One version doesn't have a good way to do that. You know what? Let's just look at all the potentials. If you have a high potential, you've got a good team going, right? Well, I can't trade. Okay, let's sim up to when I can trade then. That's probably the best way to do this. Here we go, at the draft. Here's the best way to see. Oh no. Oh yeah, there we go. Proposed trade. Perfect. So, in Anaheim, they've got a right wing, 88 overall. He's kind of their future there. Other than that, they're getting a little old. No one with a huge overall. And their goalie, there we go. Their goalie is Gibson, 90 overall. And then they really have no one else after that. They'd probably be drafting a goalie this year. In Arizona, they have their franchise Friesen, 92 overall. He's their future. And then we got Skinner as the backup of the future as well. And here they've got Trojanovic. Domi, he's getting a little older. Ekman Larson's getting older. Steele and Strome. So they don't have much there, but they got a little bit. In Boston, year 10, they have Jacob Chicherin, 90 overall. That's their defenseman. Pasternak and Carlo there as well. Got Finger, who might be their future. You never know. With a low elite, you never know what they can turn into. And in terms of goalies, they have a low franchise goalie here in Samuelson, 21. So he might become something. You'd hope for them. Other than that, they have nothing though. I guess they have Rome for now and Kulemin as the backup, but that's about it. In Buffalo, goalies, they have nothing. They've got Saros. Lehner's not really anywhere. He's 72. He's not what you want. Martindale, 90. Reinhardt. Gauthier, they got a Gauthier over there. 77, high elite. He's probably going to be their future defenseman. Other than that, Buffalo's okay if they can find a goalie. That's about it. That's their current problem too. In Carolina, they got a franchise defenseman in Santuvori, 91 overall right now. Other than that, Hayden Fleury as well. Howden is their centerman. Spezza down here, he might become something for their left wing. And let's see, finally, goalies. They have an elite in Pittis, 87, so he's their guy for Carolina. Columbus, we've got no one here. Bobrovsky's an 82, so maybe maybe he's got 1 year left to help them out. For their team, they have Gooley, their franchise defenseman. Wait, is that our Gooley? No, never mind. That's someone else. Okay, Brendan Gooley became a franchise, 91 overall for him. They got Guite there as well, and Patrick is a centerman, maybe of the future as well. Calgary, how did they do? Olis Matheson was their franchise defenseman. He's dropped down to an elite. They have Redmond and Boucher, pretty good, and Richter's coming up as well. So they got a little bit going for them. Did they ever solve their goalie problem though? We shall see. Mason McDonald, so no, they do not have a goalie anywhere in sight either. And that's usually what kills teams, is their goalie. Here in Chicago, Varlamov is their best bet, but not much in terms of goalies there. They got a Gauthier, who's 88 overall. He's their future. Actually got quite a few potential guys here, so they're looking okay. As long as they can find a goalie. Dallas, they're getting old. They don't have much here in terms of forwards potential. And in goalie, they don't have much there either. They have Tavares, who's not happy, so it'll be interesting to see what Chicago can do. They might have to start another rebuild. In Detroit, Mrazek's dropped down to an 84. They don't have anyone to take his place, so they're looking bad. But they do have Luke Green, their 92 defenseman, a couple of potentials guys here, so they're not hurting too bad. Edmonton, of course, they have Connor McJesus, 92 overall. All of their guys are old, though. They don't have much depth or potential depth of the future. And then their goalie is Blackwood, 84 overall. They still need a goalie in Edmonton. Florida, they have a goalie, elite, 71 overall. Not bad. He's their future, it looks like. And in forwards, Barkov, Ekblad, killing it for them. We got Dubois there as well, and another. Oh man, they look very good. All right, Florida's looking good. LA, about halfway through, babes. In LA, Garanto, 90 overall. Other than that, and him and Watson, not much after that. The rest are getting old. Doughty's dropping to quite a bit. He's still 90 though, but he's dropping. And here we go, goalies, not much for the future. Minnesota, nothing here. Nothing really. Where's their? Didn't they have a franchise goalie? No, they didn't. They never did. Interesting. They had 3 franchise defensemen though. That's the part that they had. So there's the 3 of them. Probably locked up for a few years as well. Let's see, 4 years, 4 years, and 1 year. They have to pay Pajot. Bet you anything Pajot goes to the free market. They can't afford 9 and 7 here, and him as well. But you never know. Maybe he doesn't. In Montreal, we've got Galenchuk and Klimchuk there. Franchise, low franchise left winger. Interesting. 91 overall for them. That's their future. And for goalies, they have Stolares and Connor Booth, Kalen Booth, so not much and no potential in the future. New Jersey, we've got Goring, the 88 overall elite, and Dacknell, their backup at 87. That's pretty good for a fringe starter. So that's their future there. So they're set in goal. They'll probably trade one of them away. Kulemin and Timashov, 90 overalls each. Landry, New Jersey's going to be a force here coming up. Nashville. Ooh, they don't have much for forwards. Chris Kreider's their best. Other than that, not much. And goalies, they got the franchise 92 overall. Yep, so they've got a future there at least. In the Islanders, they've got Hillen, who's 87 starter, not bad. No one else though, really. And they've got John Tavares, he's still their future. Matthew Barzal's an 87. They're looking. This is their time to win right now for New York. The Rangers got JT Miller, Olsen. Yeah, they're looking like they have a couple more years before they get good. or really good. They could use a goalie, though. They only have Jared Allen and McNiven. In Ottawa, we've got Welch, 82 overall elite, so that's their future. And in forwards, Shabbat, Zibanejad, and Bork. Not bad for them. Not a bad core. They just need a little bit more depth, I think. Zibanejad's getting a little old, but you know, oh well. Philly, Haberstich, franchise, 93 overall left wing. He's their guy. Got Rolhoff over there too. And goalies, they got Goring, they're 89, and then that's it. So they need a backup there. Pittsburgh, they got the 85 Thompson, and that's it. And actually, I think Thompson was one of our old guys that they picked up. In terms of that, everyone's just getting old. They don't have much going for them. Looks like they traded Crosby, though. Interesting. They managed to find a trade partner for Crosby, but they're looking bad right now. They'll need a couple or rebuild. San Jose, they got a franchise centerman in Kuta, who's only in the AHL right now. He's 19 franchise. Jeez, this guy. First round, first overall last year. That's why. Okay, that makes sense. So they're in their rebuild mode, and they've got a bright future coming up. And Holtby and Anderson, they'll need a backup or a new goalie soon. Probably draft one of them. Malcolm Subban, the starter in St. Louis, they need a future though. Forwards, they've got Tarasenko, Vanilli, but other than that, not much. So they're going to need some help there. Tampa. Jonathan Drouin, D'Angelo, Larson. Looks like, oh, and there's Stamkos still too. He's dropping though. So their time to win is slowly passing. They gotta do something about it. And goalies, Vasilevsky. Yeah, they have no one for goalies. So Tampa's gonna win right away. In Toronto, they got Helbyuk, 88 overall, but no one other than that. And they have Morgan Riley, Spacek, Marner. So their time to win is now, but they don't quite look like they have all the pieces. You never know though. Vancouver. Franchise Ryan Jarrett. I think his name's Ryan Jarrett. Alto, Cools, Landry, Tyson Berry. So their time to win is right now. And they got their franchise goalie there, 93 overall. They're ready to win right now and probably 2 years in the future as well. Spencer Martin's their goalie here in Winnipeg. No one else. Zach McCallie's the backup, I guess. In terms of forwards, they kept Adam Lowry. Other than that, Kessler, I guess, could be the future, but not much in Winnipeg. They didn't grow much. And finally, Washington. They're getting old. Bo Horvat managed to end up over there. Nothing really, no future. Just they're in win now mode. And then you've also got Calvin Pickard as your goalie, and no real future there. So there you have it. That's our team roundup there. Unfortunately, you know what? Maybe I'll even show ours just to see what our next GM will have in the future. Here's what our team looks like. We've got a hell of a defensive core. 3 guys right there. Then we got Kruger, McKinnon, Perron. We have to re-sign Kruger though if we want to keep him. Maybe not. Rakis, 89. We've got a hell of a team here. Hell in the cell. Just ridiculous. So whoever's taking this team's got a very good now and a little bit of the future. They just have to watch out because we traded off all of our draft picks. Yep, they get nothing this year and not until 2027. So they better win quick, essentially. And we got fired is how it ends up working. So Nedeljkovic here is our starter with Gramlin backing him up and into the future. He'll probably grow a little bit next year and going forward. All right, well, I want to thank you guys for joining me in this GM mode. I appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. It's been good, and if you want, maybe I'll sim forward to the end of the off season just to see who grew in terms of potential and overall just for the start of next year, if any of you guys have interest in that. Other than that, I'd like to thank you for joining me. Thanks a lot for watching on YouTube. Take a look in the description below for my information. YouTube.com/busdriver, Twitch.tv/bus_driver, and at busdriver on Twitter. All spelled with an L3US. That's how you spell the bus. Hit those like buttons, hit those follow buttons so you can see when I'm live. Join me in chat. I appreciate when you do. Make sure you check it out. We've got another GM mode still going, the Washington Capitals one. We're playing a whole bunch of other games. Isaac, Prison Architect. We'll be picking up XCOM. Maybe some Meat Boy, Super Meat Boy. Maybe some Goat Simulator. No, apparently the girlfriend doesn't want to play Goat Simulator. Other than that, thanks for joining me, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.